Whoa, welcome everyone to frame 39 of Gutterball. Can you believe it? We're at frame 39. It's crazy. What a crazy ride this has been. It is a Thursday night. It's about 7:06 p.m. March 16th. There's a storm going on right outside the walls of my room. But we're feeling warmth in here. We're feeling a lot of love in Gutterball tonight. Paul, how you doing? How you feeling this week?
Doing pretty good, Jackson. How you doing? How you doing?
Wonderful. Great. More of the same old, you know? Nothing too pressing to report. Do got a lot of topics here that we can burn through. But Paul, I wanted to jump into, if you're all right with this, because I wanted to pick your brain about you're counting macros now and you're doing some like serious working out. Like you got on a routine and stuff like that. Tell us a little bit about that. Like how's that been going?
It's going good. It's nothing. It's nothing super crazy, really. Like I'm not working out as often as I maybe should or do, but I just do what I have time for, right? So when I started boxing, I was doing 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, after work, for about it's like a 45-minute to an hour class.
Mhm.
Um, and that it's strength and conditioning. So it's like cardio, you're on the bags, and you're also doing weights and some other body exercises. Um, This week, though, or starting this week, is like a challenge there at the gym where if you do 8 classes in 2 weeks, it gets you into some raffle. So I'm trying to go every day I can. I mean, I know I've been doing 6 days every 2 weeks, but I'm like, you know what? I don't really have anything going on. Let's just do every single day that I can. So I took today as a recovery day, just simply, like to do the podcast and just whatever, because I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But anyways, with all that exercise, I have also been trying to diet a little bit, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I am relying off of some of my friends that have a little bit of knowledge in it, YouTube guys that they turn me on to just kind of like research like how counting macros works. Right now, I'm not really counting my calories. I'm counting my macros, which is your proteins, fats, and carbs, I believe. I think those are like the 3 macros. I don't know if there's more, whatever. I'm new to this. Um, and really, the whole reason why I want to do this, man, is just to be a better me. The only thing that I guess I'd say I don't like about myself is that I just have a little bit of belly fat, and still have some man titties left over. I want to get rid of those. Like I want them to go away. And burning fat, obviously, especially belly fat, is like one of the hardest things to
Mhm.
do. Like that last stubborn, because
Absolutely.
I don't have a lot of fat. Like I really don't have much more fat anymore. It's really all in like the belly and like maybe a little bit of the thighs and whatnot. Um, but
It's noticeable too. Like you know, like you look like you work out now. Like when I see you, so
oh,
it's
thanks,
definitely
man.
getting some results.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I could probably do more strength training, like weights and stuff. Like if I had more time, maybe in the mornings, because I do wake up earlier now. That's another thing I changed. I changed my sleep schedule. I've been trying to wake up between 5:30 and 6:30 a.m. every day, which has been going pretty good, and then going to bed between 9:30 and 10:30, and sometimes even earlier than that. It just really depends. I will say this: horrible time to start this with daylight savings happening on Sunday, because I started that sleep routine on that, so I
Oh
really
yeah.
lost like 2 hours. And
Oh
dude,
yeah.
and then doing 3 days of boxing in a row, and now's my recovery day. Today I am just now feeling like kind of like energized, like
Hmm.
having some energy left at the end of the day, especially to do the cast. It's kind of why I didn't want to go to boxing today, or I would just be shot, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Um, but no, everything's going good. When it comes to counting macros, I'm using the app called RP Diet, and I think it's called Renaissance Periodization. The guy has a YouTube channel, Dr. Mike, happens to be his name, not the one that iDubbbz.
Okay.
And he literally has like a whole video series that are about 10 minutes long each. One's like when to time your meals. Next one's like how you should be tracking it, what you should be eating. And really it's been chicken salads, chicken and rice, eggs, um, and then for like fats, I just try to get that out of the other foods, like for like, but I'm also like not strictly dieting yet. Like I'm also trying to eat what I of junk food I have left, kind of to kind of get rid
Hmm.
of it, because I don't want it to go to waste.
Yeah.
So like I have strawberry Pop Tarts left, so like I have one of those in the morning, but that fills up like half my carbs in the morning. Because how macros work is you need a certain amount of protein, certain amount of fat, certain amount of carbs a day, depending on like what kind of routine you're trying to do. And I just put it in the app, like I just want to do this. And my buddy told me strictly not to enter exercise into the app and just follow it for diet. So that's what
Hmm.
I'm doing. I'm not entering what exercise I do. I track my steps a little bit, but it's nothing crazy. It doesn't really doesn't really amount to much because I sit at a desk all day. I know I'm kind of bouncing around on this whole thing, but there's been a lot of changes. I'm really just trying to be a better me as far as it comes to diet, health, whatever, quitting smoking nicotine was like the big thing, right? Like, however, lately I have been maybe hitting Destiny's vape every now and again. I shouldn't be, but I don't know. Like, everybody has their vices, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this change. If I, even after this 2-week challenge, if I, I'm probably not going to go every single day after this 2-week challenge. Even if I stick with that Monday, Wednesday, Friday routine, it should be good. Or maybe even tack on another day, like when I'm free on a Saturday or Sunday, go do a class.
Absolutely.
But that's really it. Did you have any questions about it, or like anything specific that I'm doing?
I don't know about questions, but how come you're not tracking your workouts? Is there a reason for that? Like I know I remember Caleb mentioning not to do that, but
I
is
don't
there a
know.
reason?
They never really gave me a reason. And like okay, so let's be real. I really started this like a month ago, but a week ago is when I started using RP Diet. A month ago I was using MyFitnessPal, and I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I felt like I was overeating because I've said I wanted to like lose fat like in the app, and then like I would enter everything I ate, and I was eating a little better. Like, I was still eating chicken salads and whatever. But I wasn't like weighing things. It would just do it based on calories. And now I have like a food scale. I weigh things out by grams. Like, I pre-portion my lunches and my dinners and all that stuff. And yeah, I don't know. Like, MyFitnessPal has you put in fitness, and I'd put in 50 minutes, and it had boxing as a cardio workout in there, and I just put it in there.
Nice.
And but the thing is like how MyFitnessPal works, and I'm not sure if most other apps work like this. MyFitnessPal works by counting calories, and when you put in that workout, it estimates like how much calories it thinks you burned, and it adds that on to how many more calories you need to eat for the day. So say like my intake needs to be 1,500 calories a day or something like that. And then I do a workout, and that workout I burned 350 calories. It makes you eat 350 calories more. And I don't know if that's like right, or if I don't get, like, I kind of get that. I think it's just like because the burning. Yeah. But with RP Diet, it seems just a lot easier because I don't have to worry about calories, but just still eat healthy foods. Don't go, just what you got to know about, I think, RP Diet is like macros. Calories do indeed matter, but macros is like the main thing. As long as you're eating healthy, you hit those macros, I think something's going to change. I don't know. I'm so new to this. I guess we'll find out in 3 months if I look any different.
Yeah, like, for sure.
Or 4 or 5 months. It's not overnight, but I definitely notice like my arms are just a lot stronger, and but I haven't really noticed anything in the chest yet, or really much in the legs, but again, it takes time.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's one thing people, when they start working out, is they don't eat enough. So when you're like, feel like I'm eating too much, you might even not be eating enough still. Just from my experiences, especially when you're working out, you gotta eat 3 times, like 2, 3 times the amount you normally do because you're burning it. And if it's like good food, like, you're not gonna gain that fat back. You're gonna burn it off real quick.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got the good food, so.
And honestly, oh man, I kind of second guess myself. It's like, should I even be boxing? Because it's a really cardio based workout. Like, maybe I should just be lifting weights, because I heard pulling weight, moving weight is the best way to burn fat. Cardio hinders it. And it's just like, well, I'm doing half weights, half boxing. And like, I am learning a skill. I don't know.
I heard the opposite. I thought cardio is supposed to burn fat. What is cardio?
See, man, that's the problem. I hear I just don't know. Weird. I would literally I feel like the only way to like do it right is to literally hire like a fitness or a personal trainer or something, and literally have them, or a nutritionist too. Be like, you need to do this, and this. Like, somebody that's like actually done it.
Get some blood work done too.
Yeah, blood, exactly. Because like right now, like I'm just guessing, and that's bad. But like, how do all these other people do it? I mean, like, I feel maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like if I would have played sports when I was younger, like say I was a football player, a hockey player, I feel like you learn a lot of that stuff just doing that with your team and stuff. Like, oh, what should I be eating? How do I build this muscle? These workout routines. Whereas like, I've never done any of that, man. I'm a freaking computer nerd. I was a video game player like for a long time. Like, I'm still a video game player, not nearly as much, but like, it's really hard because it's a way different lifestyle than I've never experienced this lifestyle, like.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like in high school, it's a little gatekept behind the sports. And, like, if you don't like sports or anything like that, you're not going to end up doing it, you know?
And when are you going to learn about it?
Right, exactly.
Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So we'll see how
some
it
weightlifting
goes.
classes.
Anybody out there listening, if you have any like just recommendations, like you've been through this, you know what's going on, please leave it in the comment below. We do try to read all the comments, even though a lot of them are mean, especially lately, but that's okay.
Life goes on.
Life goes
Doesn't
on.
really matter. You gotta say it to my face, just like the person that keyed my car. I ain't worried about
Wait,
it.
yeah, what happened?
What happened with that? Someone probably in the Target parking lot, maybe our neighbors, but scraped the my driver's side's door window with the key. I don't know why they did it or felt like they needed to, but my guess is it happened in a Target parking lot. And my assumption why it happened is because I came in the morning at like 8 while there's a snowstorm, and Target, being a billion-dollar corporation, doesn't plow their parking lot. Go figure there. Yeah, I'm throwing shade at that place. So I parked over the line because I couldn't see because there's so much snow, like you do. Everyone else is over the line because there is no lines, right?
Yeah.
Then I come out and the snow's melted and I was like over the line a tiny bit. And I wonder if some fucking asshole was just like, oh, I'm just going to key this guy's car because he's over the line. And if I would be less insulted if you punched me in my face, because then I can do something about it. But you're a coward. Whoever you are out there, I will find you. I might roll back those cameras. I'm going to ask him, be like, hey, can I roll back the cameras? I'll track them.
Can I take a look? Can I take a look at what happened to my car?
I'll sit there for my entire 9-hour shift and watch my car. I'll just sit there. You think I won't? I'll do it.
On Target's dime.
Yeah, on Target's time. Fuck yeah, I'll clock in. I don't care. Yeah. Ridiculous though. People are assholes, man. Like, no reason to do that.
Like when I got hit and run. But hey, Jack, really quick, one thing. Can you toggle your camera off and on just to see if the quality gets any better? You've been looking like a Roblox character since we started. So way better.
No shit.
Way better.
Okay.
And your sound quality is better now too. What the? Okay, whatever.
Sorry, I didn't know.
No, it's fine. I just thought you were like that before the show, but I thought it would just eventually go away. I don't know. We fixed it, so we're good. Well, yeah. How else? Like, what else have you done this week? Anything crazy? Anything going on? Anything you've been dipping into?
No, just more of the same old. Just trying to stay alive. Just working on stuff for the cast, pretty much. Yeah, nothing super hot. It's been a lot of snowstorms here in the last couple days, so it's kind of hard to get out.
Tell me about it. That kind of goes into one of my topics I do have written down, Jack, and that is, here's my theory, man. I think I'm probably completely wrong. What am I, a meteorologist? But I think up here in the Midwest, Minnesota in particular right now, and obviously probably other areas, if you guys live in this area, you might have experienced that, like, wow, weird. Our December and January this year was noticeably warmer. Did you notice that? It was warmer those months this year. December, January were like a little bit warmer.
There was one point where it was 45 degrees in December.
And that's in Duluth. Outside. We had a 50-degree day down here.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Especially in Duluth.
So anyways, that's nuts for up here because January is known as like the most frigid month. That and February. February was cold, but it was I don't know. It wasn't
not
that
too bad.
But anyways, my theory is because we got like all that nicer weather earlier, I feel like we're going to have a late winter, bro. I feel like our winter is going to extend into like late April, probably early May, which some years it does even. And like, maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly, but like by May or like at least by even into April, you usually have no snow on the ground here. Like it's usually melted by that time. But I don't know, man.
It's funny you say that because on the topics I put winter is here to stay, like winter storms.
Really?
It's dragging on. I fully expect there to be snow, like actively snowing all the way into April. Easy. There's no sign to just stop. There's supposed to get 10 inches in a storm right now, and then next week it's supposed to snow for another 4 days straight, on and off.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, I really think summer's canceled this year. Cancel it. It's canceled. I like how my dad jokes about it because I love this and I tell people this all the time. In Duluth, Minnesota, you have 2 warm weekends of weather in the summer. That's it. 2 weekends. That's it.
That's it.
Because you gotta assume. Let's say you have 3 months of summer. What is it? You got 12. How many is that? 12 weekends.
Yeah.
You got to assume half of those are raining. The other half is windy. And then the other 2, you're either working probably. So you only get 1 or 2 weekends of warm weather. And you're lucky if you get that. Yeah, winter is just here to stay. It's just going to keep snowing all the way.
Yeah.
We already broke several records this year for snowfall.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, dude. We won't in the last 50 years. This hasn't happened. We had the most snowfall in January of like all months.
Yeah,
Like I
and I
think
heard
ever
the
in Duluth.
mall collapsed and
Yeah, I caved in. Good. Maybe just fucking burn that place to the ground. It's a waste of money. It's
yeah.
a garbage thing. It's just terrible. Yeah,
I
but
like
yeah,
that mall.
winter. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just gonna snow. Fuck, dude. I'm thinking so cynical where it's just gonna snow until June, and I fully expect it
Please
to.
don't. And what's funny is one of the other things I wanted to talk about was summer plans. Excited for seasons to change. So, like, hopefully, and when the seasons do indeed change, which kind of, I don't know. In Minnesota, at least like Duluth, anyways, you don't really have a spring. Like, you kind of do, but you kind of don't. You definitely have a fall. I think fall is
Hmm.
really pretty,
It's
especially in
apparent. Yeah.
Minnesota. Yeah, like fall's apparent. Um, but spring, like some years you just don't get it, man. It goes straight in from winter to just heat, like just into
Yeah.
summer. And I'm kind of hoping that's the case this year, actually, because I don't want a spring where everything's just wet all the time. However, with all the
Hmm.
snowfall, man, it's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be so
wet.
wet.
It's gonna be terrible.
Oh yeah.
Um, and with that being said, like I want to go ripping on that thing, man, like so bad. Like that's one thing I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to this summer. I'm also just looking forward to like bringing my dog on longer walks. Like I try to bring him on longer. He hates Dexter's like for as much fur as he had. He doesn't like the cold. Like he's just
Hmm.
not like he'll go on a walk for like a couple blocks or like whatever. But then he's just like immediately wanting to turn around and go home and it's just like all right. So like I like the summer because then also too like all the snow melts in the park behind our house and he loves running around the park. I just like I don't know. I want to be outside. I'm sick
Yeah.
of being inside. And I'm glad I took up boxing or some form of working out because I was going to drive myself insane this winter, you
Hmm.
know.
You gotta keep up on your vitamin B here because
Toggle your
you don't get
camera.
the sun. Is it bad again?
Yeah, it has been for a sec, but I
It's
just
not
don't want to
cool.
interrupt you. I know. It is what it is.
Get up on your vitamin B, man, because you don't get that shit, and it makes you depressed if you don't have it.
Vitamin D?
D, yeah, my bad. Well,
Oh.
B and D's, both of them. That is a bunch of stuff in it,
Oh,
but
okay.
okay.
I haven't been taking vitamins, and the reason why I haven't started taking them yet is because I'm waiting, and I've really been pushing it off. But to get blood work done, and then that'll tell me like what I'm deficient in. I think
True. Yeah, that'd be
because
good.
I've just also heard like taking vitamins when you're young can be bad because usually we don't need them because it's supposed to be in our diet. But also,
Mm,
like, what do I know? I don't know. I just want to wait till I
right,
get my
yeah.
blood tested to see what happens. As far as vitamin D, though, I bought a vitamin D lamp. I don't have it here. I keep it at work. It's this little tabletop one. Uh, and I don't know. There's some neuroscientist Ricky turned me on to that has a podcast. I think it's Andrew Haberman is his name, and and maybe I don't even know if he's a neuroscientist. I don't know what he does. I don't know. Anyways, this guy's some type of scientist and he knows a lot about stuff. And he had a episode or a podcast on like light and how it affects your mood and how it can change your like who you are. And so, I mean, I just learned that like in a place like where we live, where there's like barely any sun during this time of year, man, where it's just like it's so far away and it's super cold, we need our vitamin D, whether that be via vitamins or something else. So I got this vitamin D lamp. It has a little timer on it. It has like 5 different brightness levels. You can change it from cool to warm. It almost looks like a little sun. And I
Mm,
set it on my work desk. And the first thing I do every morning when I get into work is I turn that on for 30 minutes. There's a 30. They say to start smaller because I guess it can cause headaches.
mm,
I don't know. I never got a headache, but you could almost feel it. Like you feel kind of tingly. It kind of feels
mm,
good or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like it's placebo, but
mhm.
I don't have it too close to me. It's, distance far away. I have it at me at an angle and then it just turns off in 30 minutes. And I haven't noticed any improve or any difference yet cuz I've literally only been using it this week. Like I just got it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll notice like I'm happier. But in the morning I notice I wake up a lot quicker. I mean, I think.
Mm.
Like I think like
I
I'm
could see
waking up
that.
quicker. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe you're just waking up better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably all the food eaten is probably helping you get up, which
Yeah.
is good.
And
I know.
my next health endeavor, and it's because I look at screens all day and, at least a few times a week outside of work, like when I'm at home here. I'm thinking about getting some blue light glasses, even if I look like a dork,
Yeah,
because
those might be good.
like my eyes, man, like I know no one's eyes get better. No one's eyesight gets
Right.
better. It can only
No.
just get worse. And
Mm,
I have a feeling mine has been getting worse slowly over the years. Like I think I should get my eyes checked. I don't think I need glasses yet, but that's something I definitely want to look into eventually is just like getting some blue light glasses to see if like, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to notice the difference, but hopefully it protects my eyes a little more, you know?
For sure, yeah. It's bad for your eyes. The
Hmm.
screens, man, yeah. But no, sunlight's very important. Definitely got to get that in. Is my camera looking all right, or
Yeah, you're
is
good.
she all right? Cool. Just making sure.
Oh, it just
It's
did
kind of
it again.
funky.
Raise, you said that.
Oh, really? Hmm.
Dude, but you
Hmm.
sound good, and you're like, we can recognize who you are, so just don't even worry
Yeah.
about it. It's just like maybe it's
Right.
just the internet right now, but um
Possible.
so yeah, I mean, other than the health kick and the shitty weather we've been having and all that,
Oh, yeah, Charter did send our family a new modem. They said they want us to replace our modem because they said the old one's outdated.
why haven't you plugged it in?
I don't know.
You probably
Just
should
dad
do that.
hasn't gotten to it. Do you think that's the reason?
Uh,
I thought they were trying to pull some fast one on us and give us something from the dollar store.
when they upgrade you, they usually upgrade. You know, it's funny you bring that up. Destiny's cousin, the one that's in the Viking metal band, like he was talking about how his internet. He doesn't know much about tech stuff. He was talking about how his internet's bad, and he was asking me questions, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I just called what do they have? MediaCom? No, they have Comcast." It's like, "Yeah, I called Comcast," and I'm like, they're just like, "Can we just upgrade? Is there anything we can do?" Because he's had that same internet, I guess, for like 7 years there, and they're like,
Hmm.
"You literally have the same modem for 7 years." He's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "We've upgraded that like 3 times since then." They're like, "Please, like, we're gonna send you one," and he's like, "Dude," he's like, "It changed my life." He's telling me how
Oh,
like,
okay.
but
That's
like,
probably hard.
but theirs, I don't know I can't even remember what their modem looks like, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just severely outdated and they really need a new one.
Probably is. I believe that, honestly. That might be the camera issue.
Yeah, it
Makes
also.
sense.
Well, what's weird about it is the camera works when you toggle it back on, and then it just slowly gets lower quality. It could be my connection. I don't know. IT stuff, I don't feel like troubleshooting because I'm an IT guy and I hate troubleshooting stuff outside of work. But
Right. For
um,
sure.
can we talk about AI voices? I think we
We
talked about it
can,
on the
yeah.
show before. So lately, it's just like it's everywhere. I'm seeing fake videos, right, of like people's voices that are obviously fake, like they're memes or whatever, where like you could literally just could take you could probably take all 38 episodes prior to this podcast, put it in a generator, and have an AI of one of us. Like
Yeah,
if you
for
just
sure.
chopped it up. Like you could definitely do it with how much we've talked. So they do that with Joe Rogan a lot. That's one of my favorites. But do you have any AI favorite memes or things you've been seeing? Because now they show up on my YouTube, my Instagram. My favorite, I don't know if you ever played Morrowind or saw who Dagoth Ur is or what Dagoth Ur looks like, but he's the main bad guy at the end of Morrowind. And he
The
has a
red
very,
guy.
no, he's got like, that's Oblivion, but he's got
Okay.
like two red eyes and like this weird sun face mask, and he's just like ripped. And,
Hmm.
but Dagoth Ur, and he's got a very distinct voice. And so like they've been doing, there's like a bunch of just super hilarious like Joe Rogan Dagoth Ur AI voice conversations, but it's Dagothur. Um, and he's got a very distinct voice, and like I almost wish I had a
Oh,
voice
okay.
changer to have Dagoth Ur's voice because it's just so funny to me when the like
That is pretty funny.
people will make AI videos of like him and Joe Rogan have a conversation. It's so funny, dude. And then the other one I saw is they had Caesar or Kaiser like on Joe Rogan's podcast with
Mm.
Leggett Lanius as well. Like
That's
they
cool.
and they
That's
like did an
funny.
AI conversation. And the most amazing part about it, I think, it's not that just like obviously the AI mimicking the voice nearly not like 99% perfect to how the person would actually speak and their like how they would phrase things is
Hmm.
like the right like whoever inputted that for them to say that wrote that well. Like that's the
Oh,
other
yeah.
hard part about it is like knowing what these people would say or like how it would sound good and like building a conversation that you're not a part of. So it's
Hmm.
almost like an art, man. But man, that AI stuff now with the voice thing too, it's getting a little spooky, man. Like that's what really worries me, especially with like deep fakes. Like
Those are bad.
we've
They're getting
got,
really good.
dude, we've gotten well. Now we're good at that, and guess what? Now we can AI people like do AI on people's voices. So like, sure enough, like it's only going to advance to the point where like you might only need like 2 minutes of someone's voice recording to actually like make it eventually do like a whole conversation.
Hmm.
Right now, I think you need quite a bit. Like it needs a lot of like different. You need you to say like most vowels and stuff. I think in order to kind of like speak like you or
Hmm.
sound like you, because if you only provide a little bit like any of those apps, you throw some stuff in there, it like slurs things and messes things up quite frequently because like it's
Yeah.
like missing like a way to generate how you sound.
Hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah,
interesting
absolutely.
stuff.
No, it's pretty scary. I like the U.S. presidents playing Minecraft. I think that's pretty
Oh yeah,
funny.
that's
It's like Joe Biden, Obama, and Donald Trump playing Minecraft,
Hillary
which is
Clinton.
legendary. Hillary Clinton's playing Minecraft with them. That's pretty funny. But yeah, it gets scary to the point to like what happens when some, weirdo that's like crazy decides, oh, I'm gonna make a script of Joe Rogan saying, calling the 911 saying, I just killed my entire family and I'm gonna start killing people. And it sounds exactly like Joe Rogan, and then now Joe Rogan gets swatted, because it sounds exactly like him. Or
Yeah.
like some again with the presidents, they fake a presidential thing and it gets sent to some type of leader, supreme leader, where it's Joe Biden saying, I'm gonna dunk on you, kid, and they relieve it, then it kicks off a war or something, it's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, man, it is
It's a
scary.
lot taken
I didn't even think
consideration.
of that. Yeah, like you could just use it for some really, really horrible
Terrible shit.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be like kind of like cybercrime is right now. There's gonna be some like hard, like you do this, you will go to prison for life. Like I know
Hmm.
cybercrime, dude, they've really clamped down, like really just like bit down on that now, like lately. Like it's like you do some fuck shit, man, you will go to federal prison for like the rest of your life, if not most of it, and maybe the possibility of getting out on parole when you're older.
Well, what's some fuck shit that they were like
Like
canning people for?
cybersecurity.
Just yeah, just or just
Uh,
or just hacking stuff, just stuff like that.
breaking into government, shutting down like the FBI
Oh, okay,
website, like breaking
that
into.
makes sense.
I'm sure like they're not. I mean, like they're not probably actively looking for people that steal people's identities. Like I'm sure there's a task force of some government sector out there, yes,
Hmm.
doing that. I don't know how much punishment those guys get. I guess maybe it depends on how much is stolen. If they are
Hmm.
successful with like scamming or stealing money, it's really but it's hard to catch people, but also like there's always an electronic paper trail. You can be like the best hacker in the world. I mean, I'm sure there's a few guys out there that can probably never ever get caught and never will, but eventually you will. You're gonna make
Yeah,
a mistake.
they'll
Something's gonna happen. They'll find
they'll
you.
come to your house in the middle of the night. They'll wake you up and drag your ass out and throw you in Singapore. Throw away the key. That's it. You're done, dude. I'm serious. That's how they do it. They put a black bag over you. They beat you with phone books. They don't give a fuck. You know what you did. You know what you did. Especially the feds. Whoo! You're in the feds' possession. You are done for, buddy. You ain't leaving that. Yeah, stay away from that. I don't like the AI stuff. I really don't like it. It scares me. I'm a Ted Kaczynski follower. No, not. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's terrible. They're gonna chat AI is gonna pick up on that and immediately ban us. But
Yeah.
I liked what Sam Hyde said about it, and I thought it was funny where he's like, if you think human beings have the ability to create something that's smarter than us and more advanced, you are completely retarded. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I want to seem like you're right. Like I don't think we're able to create an AI that is like able to make choices better than we can,
Yeah.
at this
Yeah.
point. Because we're not smart enough. I don't think we are.
No, it's pro dude, it's we program it. Like we
Yeah. We
program
we
it.
make it,
Like
yeah. So it can only do what we tell it to do. It's not gonna self make shit. If you think that's gonna happen, that's some sci-fi bullshit. It doesn't
yeah.
work like that.
Yeah.
Like maybe like there's like 1%, like maybe Skynet goes online and it's just like, but no,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not happening,
Skynet. Yeah, something like
Yeah.
Skynet. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, in
exactly.
our world, it would be like Google or Apple or something fucking weird, or
Yeah, something like that. TikTok. I'd be more worried about the TikTok,
Yeah, there's
going
there's
self-aware.
Google bots ripping people in half. You look outside your
Oh yeah.
window,
Oh
they're
Jesus,
gunning
they
people
launch all
down.
the nukes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I don't like robots either. It's another thing.
Ten.
Again, I'd be racist towards robots. I wouldn't let him in my restaurants. Nope. There's a robot restaurant right down the street.
That's so
Get
messed
the
up.
back of the bus.
That
It's
is so
robots.
messed up.
People are
That's so
fine. I'm
messed.
good for people. I love all people. I don't like robots though. I don't like them. I don't want them near me. I don't want the robot cleaning up after me
I
neither.
don't think I like them either.
I don't even trust Roombas except for self-defense. It's the only thing I'd keep a Roomba for.
Self-defense room, but put a claymore on it.
Yeah, dude. Patrol your whole house.
The
You're good to
knife
go.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it spins like a fucking bat, like a Beyblade. Just
Yeah.
fucking knives over. It'd be so gnarly.
No, man, everybody's like, oh, AI, people are like, oh, what if AI takes over the world? We make an AI so crazy it does this. All right. You're right. Like very like 0.01% chance that ever happens. I think really if we're going to go away, man, it's going to be one of two things. Some massive crazy disease that spreads so well and is so fatal that due to our travel, like how we have planes, trains,
Yep.
automobiles now, that it's going to spread so fast it's going to kill a majority of the population. That I think is
Yep.
number one, and I think is probably
Very
the
real.
highly probable,
I
like, right?
I
No,
believe that we have diseases like that. They're
oh,
just not out.
yeah, oh yeah, like there've probably been
They're man-made.
genetic, yeah, man-made, yeah.
Mhm.
Or like something leaks, or like something naturally does just occur, and a bat eats pig shit or something, and it makes a virus. Like weird
Yeah.
shit like that happens all the time. I don't know.
Mhm.
But the other thing is just natural disaster, man. We could get
Yeah.
wiped out by meteors.
Absolutely.
We could get,
Yep. We're due for a meteor strike. Yellowstone.
yeah, Yellowstone could
Mhm.
erupt. That would literally like kill. I think they said it would kill like 90% of the planet. Like
Yep.
there's like a very small portion that would live. Which is scary to
Mhm.
think about, man. Like, we're not safe here in Minnesota. I think they literally said ash wouldn't spread to the tip of Florida or Alaska. And obviously, but the thing is the wind's going to carry it all the way over to
Yeah.
those other continents and shit. And it just
It'll
ruins
black out the sun.
agriculture. Yeah, blacks out the
Mhm.
sun. So that stuff's scary. Or like, I don't know anything about ice ages or how that works, but haven't we been due for an ice age for a while? I don't know. Like, how does that happen? Does it just freeze overnight?
Yeah,
Is it
I don't know.
gradual? I don't know.
I don't want to talk about that. I don't know. I don't want to speak on that one, but it's possible. Yeah, I
Yeah.
could see it happening.
Yeah.
The fifth one or fourth maybe. I don't know how many you counted there, but would probably be our own downfall with nuclear annihilation, mutually assured destruction.
Yeah, like we
Like,
kill ourselves. Yeah, I didn't even
yeah.
count that. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, definitely.
Very
Like,
real. Yeah,
because I don't know,
it'll
man.
happen.
I feel like if at this point on, if nukes were to ever fly from anybody, they're gonna start flying from everybody.
Yeah, no, that's been agreed since they were made that that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they happen like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. No, disease would be the first one on top of my list as well. Is something again I think it'd be leaked from a lab due to gain of function research, and it'd kill all of us. And yeah, it sucks, but that'd probably be what would happen.
Scary to think about.
The end of days.
The end
Yeah.
of days. Have you seen
Really,
that
yeah.
movie with Arnold?
No, I don't think I have.
He fights the devil.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
That's kinda cool.
yeah, dude. Like he's
Mhm.
I can't even remember. I don't even really remember the plot, but it's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and like he ends up having to fight the devil or something. Like everybody's
I've heard
getting
of that. I
possessed
think I've
by
seen it.
demons and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, well, speaking of the devil, there's a sixth option might happen. Project Bluebeam. All right, so let's get Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory. Oh my god, I can't talk anymore. I'm done.
It's all good.
That NASA is going to simulate a a second coming of Christ, and that will be the end of days when the aliens come down and finally make contact with us. That would be used as sort of second coming of Jesus Christ, and a new religion would start.
Where did you hear
and
this
everyone
shit?
would just go crazy. It's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting.
Where did you hear
Where'd
it?
I hear it? I don't know. Just through the internet.
Blue
Just through the
Beam.
internet.
Yeah.
Project Bluebeam.
There's too
Yeah,
many
a
nut
second,
jobs out
an
there.
artificial second coming, dude, could happen. Or if aliens just touch down,
So if
that'd
it
be
was
the end of the world.
artificial second coming, like how would that end the world? Would people just start going nuts?
Yeah, because it'd be a new religion and people would be fighting. They'd be like, "This is the one true God," you know. Just imagine that for a second.
Man, everybody's already fighting over
Yeah.
religion, man. Go to the Middle
That's
East
true.
right now. It's been going on
Yeah.
over there for hundreds of thousands of years, I swear. Like, I don't know.
Just
but
for a
no,
long time.
Blue Beam, I don't know.
It's just a meme.
I
It's
know,
just a
it's a
conspiracy theory,
meme. I know. I'm not trying to shit on it. I get it. I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. Like, I'm not gonna say no, because then it will happen, and then you'll be like, huh. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, wait, I've seen this. Like it's like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that
dude,
one meme.
you know, so I haven't seen that movie, but I just know that meme. Though. Yeah.
Dude, you haven't seen that? I just watched it again. Go watch that.
Should I
you
watch
have
it?
bootleg it. Yeah, it's 3 hours long. Doesn't feel like it because they pace it out well. Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margaret Robbie, fantastic. A great supporting actors all in it. Who's that? You know, we watched the Santa Clarita Diet, right? Remember that show?
The whole show, yeah.
With Drew Barrymore. Was that her, right? Yeah.
Yep.
What was the husband in that? Whatever his name was.
Timothy Oliphant. He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's in that too for a little bit, and he plays a good part. So yeah,
Dude,
it's a good movie.
Timothy Oliphant slept on.
Yeah, he is absolutely. He's a really really good
Bad
actor.
guy in Die Hard 4. He's
Yeah.
freaking the dad in Santa Clarita Diet, so he can do like kind of goofy, funny roles.
Yeah.
You ever seen Justified, Jack? You need to watch that TV show, man. He's a U.S.
I've seen
Marshal.
bits and pieces of it. Yeah.
And then
I'll check that
I
out.
think he's in Deadwood as well. I never
Mhm.
really got into Deadwood, mainly because I just never stuck with it, but I know I would like it. It was a 3-season show that ended early, and then they made a movie, and I guess it just never really redeemed. Whenever I hear about a great show that has a garbage ending, I tend to never watch it, man. But that's the
makes
problem
sense.
is like most shows I end up watching have bad endings, but
Yeah.
I would talk about The Last of Us ending because I finished the whole first season. It's done now.
Yeah, I finished it
You
too.
did?
Why not? Why not
Well,
talk
I
about
think
it?
Joe wants to wait to talk about it, but I guess we could talk about. He doesn't
Let's
like it.
touch on it.
Let's touch on it.
I thought you were gonna say because it's so new that it ended. I'm like, well, the game came out 13 years ago.
Yeah.
So
So
if you haven't
everybody
seen
out
it,
there,
you don't want to.
skip like 5 to 10 minutes ahead right now. We're gonna talk about
Mhm.
The Last of Us, the TV show.
Go back, yeah. Go
What'd
back in time and play it.
What'd
when
you
it came
think?
out. Let's. It's hard to say. Let's give it a 0 out of 10 for each one, but we're gonna do a couple of different ratings here. Was what I was thinking. We're gonna do a couple of ratings. We're gonna do rating off of TV show, just as a TV show, forgetting the game exists. TV show based off a video game, what you would rate that, and maybe just one. Actually, let's just do those two. Like one word, forget it's a game. It's a TV show. That's it. What would you rate it 0 to 10? Next one, it's a video game movie. How would you rate it as a video game adaptation? Um, I'm just gonna say it.
So
Mine,
2
and we'll
ratings
go into
total?
it. 2 ratings, yeah. So for just the TV show, the game doesn't exist. It's just a TV show. I'm gonna give it a solid like 5.5 out of 10.
Okay.
And as a video game adaptation, from what we've seen, previous video game adaptations, easily a 7 out of 10
Okay.
for video game
Yeah.
adaptation. What would you pick? And we'll go into kind of why.
Yeah. For just as a TV show, I'd give it a 7.
Yeah. Okay.
And just as an adaptation, I'd give it a 9. Because I don't think anything else has
Okay.
really come close to making. I mean, there's maybe one
No,
or
I
two
agree.
others, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good though. I enjoyed it. It got a lot of people who didn't play video games watching it because almost everybody I talked to, besides you, Paul, honestly, haven't played the game. So it was great to kind of like sit back and be like, they're like, "Oh my god, his character dies." I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, he does.
Dude,
Damn right, I already know.
Yeah, dude. Everybody at work like that sits around me. None of them
No
have
idea.
played the video games.
Yeah.
They're like, "I love the show. It's so good." And I'm like,
Mhm.
"I'm glad you like it. I hope you also know that it's probably one of the best video game
Video games of all
adaptations they've
time.
ever done."
Yeah,
Like, sure,
absolutely.
they strayed on some things and cut out episodes and cut out
Yeah.
parts, but it's also like, I don't want to see Ellie or drop down 10 ladders to Joel. Like
Yeah,
that
right,
stuff
yeah.
that's cut out.
Or move a dumpster. all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah, like
Yeah.
that shit
Mhm,
need to be cut out.
absolutely.
And like,
Yeah.
I do agree there could have been more infected. There could have been
yeah.
some more infected.
That was my biggest complaint was the infected were in maybe 3 episodes. That's it. Where they played somewhat a role. Like I wish there was way more clickers. Wish they dealt with a lot more of that, more bloaters. I wish Joel even killed a bloater, but I guess kind of got to make it realistic where it's like it makes
Yeah.
sense. You're not killing that. You're not killing that thing.
Yeah,
They did serve characters justice. I think really really well.
Castings are all pretty much spot on, I'd say.
Yeah,
Ellie grew on me.
I don't agree with Bella Ramsey. I am worried for season 2 because Ellie becomes extremely more violent. I don't know if Bella can pull off that in my eyes.
I think she did.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she'll grow up a little bit and get a little better. I'm curious to see where they cast as Abby, of course. But
she better be jacked.
yeah, absolutely.
She
One
better
question I
be
was gonna-
jacked, man.
She better be. Yeah, she better be ripped. One question I was going to ask you is, do you think that having played the game, do you think the game had more weight to it character wise, like when characters died, or do you think the show had more weight to the characters, like when they
the
died?
game.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Right.
I think
Yeah.
it's because
I
you
felt
spend
like
more time.
more time. Yeah, you spend hours playing as them. Yeah, that's what I was telling my coworkers. Like yeah, like when Joel does die in the second one, and spoil it for him, but I'm like, the impact of that on the just as watching it as a show, I don't think is going to be as much as the game because you played as that man the entire game. He's a badass. You love the character.
But then
I still think they did a good job.
And dude, I'm not gonna lie. Even after what he does at the in that last episode,
Yeah.
or at the end of the game. Like, here's how I saw it. When I first played the first one the first time through, at the end of the game, I was like, yeah, Joel, let's go get Elliot.
Yeah.
Like, I was
Right.
cool with
Yeah.
it. I was like, yeah, let's fuck
Right.
all
Yeah.
these guys up and get the
Yeah.
get
Right.
the
Absolutely.
AR. But then when I
Mhm.
watched the show, they depicted it in a way as like it
Damn.
was fucked. Like, he
Yeah, it
murdered
was.
all those people. Like, he
Mhm.
straight up killed them, killed she could have been what changed the world and saved,
Mhm.
and he murdered everybody.
Yeah.
And did you feel that way too? Like, the show did a better way of
Yeah,
making
I
it
did.
almost seem.
It made it
And I
way
honestly think it should
grateful,
have been
yeah.
that way. It should have kind of been
Yeah.
that way in the game,
No, I
but I
agree.
feel like, again, in the game, you're with that character the whole time. You're playing as him. You're more attached to him, and you just feel like any choice he makes, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and also, well, I never in the game, playing the game, I had to be told by you kind of is Joel isn't a good person. And in the game, I never connected those dots. But in the show, in the last episode, I'm like, wow, Joel is really not a good person. Like, it wasn't a good decision to make. Was it entertaining and awesome and badass? Yes, it was.
Yeah. He's got
the
the
way
Mini 14.
yeah, dude, I
The
love
guy
that.
puts his gun down. He just blows
Yeah.
him away.
Yeah, every it was weird though. I didn't like at the end because every single time he killed somebody, it was them shooting at him once. He rounds the corner and pops them.
Yeah,
He
dude.
just
It's
keeps
like an
doing that. He
instant
just rounded
headshot.
corners and shooting people. Yeah. No, it definitely was good to just see the tears of the guys rolling down their face as they get shot. Killed a lot of people in that. Then of course Marlene at the end.
Cold.
Guns cold. Yeah.
Dude,
Just come after her.
Stone cold, where the doctor
Cold.
grabs the scalpel. He's like, I'm not going to let
Yeah.
you. He's I don't have time for this. Just blows him
Yeah,
away.
yeah. Doesn't give it
And,
zero
and
fucks,
those
yeah.
listeners out there, you'll soon find out. Well, this is a spoiler. That is Abby's dad. That doctor
Mhm.
was Abby's dad. Okay. And you'll find out who Abby is.
I refuse to believe it's a spoiler. It's too old of a
Yeah.
series. I
Well-
don't care if it's a game or not.
Well, who knows? What if they don't do the Abby thing? I don't know. They could change it. I doubt it. It's such a core component as to what drove the second
Yeah.
game. However, like, even though people say, oh, the second one sucked, it was like rated higher than the first one.
It was, yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
so I don't
Dude,
know.
the gameplay was 10 times better. Oh my
Oh,
god,
it
it
was
was
so
so
good.
fun. It was
so
just I mean, just all the traps and the guns and the way the people work
good.
together.
The grass was
dogs.
cool.
Yeah, the
Being
grass
able
is
to
so-
use the grass.
The grass is sick. The dogs are sick. The fact that people would cry out, be like, "Roy, no, you killed him!" Oh my god, I love that.
I mean, they
and
would still
does
do
a
it in the
lot more
first
weight.
one, but in this one, they do it a
No,
lot
there's-
more.
They
Yeah.
do it a lot more. Yeah, and then I love that the AI is somewhat smart, so they'll flank you and shit like that. It's cool, and they can sneak up on you. It was great. I don't know if you played that game on Grounded, Paul, the second one, the hardest difficulty. But that is difficult, man, because they
Oh, I
flank you
haven't.
and shit. Oh, play that, dude. It's like a whole new game. I love playing games on hardest difficulty, especially that one.
I'll have to try it. I've literally been
difficult.
thinking about playing through this game. God damn, man. I just wish I had more time. Damn it.
Yeah.
I've just been so
Mhm.
busy, but
Yeah,
um
those games are sick, super fun.
here's what I was gonna say, and then we'll wrap up Last of Us talk, because who knows if anybody out there even likes this, but the Last
It's a
of
hot
Us,
show.
it's pretty good. So here's what my only complaint about the whole show. The
Okay.
pacing for the first season here, I think season 1 could have went across 2 seasons, or at least a season and a half, and they could have made
Me too.
that. I don't know. They couldn't have done a season and a half, because like that whole like season and year change to the second game. I guess I could have added some filler in there, but anyways, the reason why I don't like that is because it has been reported that the second game is going to be split into 2 to 3 seasons or some
Yep.
shit. And it's just like, well, I think back to it and it's like, the thing about the first game is like, you're literally on a cross country journey. Okay.
Mhm.
That's why I felt like it was super sped up for
Yeah, me
one
too.
season in the show. In the second game, you're in like Seattle the whole time, and maybe like 2 other
Mhm.
towns near there. I think you go down to like maybe California or something towards the end, or I
Yeah,
don't know,
something like that.
it's out towards some shore, or down towards the ocean. So it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, spreading that one across 2 seasons is gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be tough to do, but who knows? Like I said, they could write some stuff in that might make it a little more intriguing. Because
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: people, if they were attached to Joel, they ain't gonna like episode 1 or 2 of the second season.
No, it ain't. And I agree with you on the pacing. It didn't feel like they just went literally probably like 1,000 miles, maybe less,
Or
across country.
think
Yeah,
more.
more. Yeah. it didn't feel like that. It felt like, oh, I'm just gonna walk down the street over here. Oh, here's the hospital. All right, yeah, yeah, definitely could have been easily two seasons. I would have just made everything way longer, dealt with more infected, dealt with more raiders. I would have ended, where I would have ended the season 1 with Joel getting stabbed and falling off the horse. And then that would have been it. And then you go into season 2.
That would
That's
have
what
been
I
a
would
good
have done.
idea.
And it would have been great. I think it would have been better. And then you take off from there, have the cannibals play a bigger part, because I really like David's part.
Dude,
I
that
think
was
they did
actually a
well with
great
him. That
episode.
was weird. Yeah, with the religion and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great episode. Then Ellie just goes ham on his face. And good, because I
They
knew
did
she
that
was going to
scene
kill him.
perfect.
Yeah, they even set the bar on fire, and it would look like the game. So it was nice. It's kind of cool.
Like the Butcher Shop Resort thing.
Butcher Shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, super, super cool way of doing that.
Did
yeah.
you know that the guy that played Joel was in that
Was
episode?
Joel. Yep. Yeah, that was him.
That was the best friend.
Voice actor. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy that gets the machete
cool.
in the neck
Mm-hmm.
from Ellie.
Yep. That's cool, yeah. That yeah, I think they did a good job, but if they were gonna make any of the games 2 seasons, it could have been the first one, but
yeah,
it's whatever.
And
Can't answer everything.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. So correct me if I'm wrong. He started from the Boston QZ, right? Like that's where he was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Boston to Salt Lake City, dude, if you're taking the main roads, is 2,364 miles.
Yeah. How long is that in driving? Like
30
days?
35 hours.
Okay. So a good amount of time. Yeah.
That seems
I don't think
you'd think.
Yeah, it seems pretty quick. Yeah, 35 hours. I mean, yeah, I guess if you're hustling, probably.
It's all highway. It's all probably
yeah.
main state highways. So
I'm not wrong. Yeah. Yeah, we'll wrap up The Last of Us. It was good. For a video game adaptation, you can't ask for much more than what we got.
Yeah, it was the best we could have gotten, and I'm not gonna complain. Like I just hope hope they do great on the Abby casting and
yeah, no, I hope that. But since this is doing good, there's a lot of talks of other games being ported over, like God of War.
Well, they're making a Fallout show right now.
Oh, I was going to talk about that right after that.
Yeah.
I hope Amazon doesn't mess that up, but they did some promos, really small ones. They had one where they had a power armor hand a guy a Nuka-Cola, and it looked really cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think I have high hopes of that, but also then again, Amazon's making it, so you can throw your expectations right out the window on that one. Yeah,
because I heard they kind of did the Lord of the Rings series dirty.
Oh, they did it real dirty. I didn't really watch it because I didn't care too much. But yeah.
You a Sunset Sarsaparilla or a Nuka-Cola man? I like
Sunset Sarsaparilla. Yeah, personally, Sunset.
Build mass with sass.
Yeah, right. Build mass. Only you can prevent corporate espionage.
Yeah.
Wear a badge; it could save your life. Yeah, no, I love that. Like the RepCon headquarters and all that
from Fallout.
I just love the robots, dude. Like, there's
so
nothing.
Cool.
Man, that game is so good. I love Fallout New Vegas. This game is gnarly, man.
So I know you mentioned Sam Hyde earlier. You know that like World Peace 2 is happening.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I was on that stream when he announced it. Oh yeah, very well aware.
Dude, they were talking. Him and Nick were on a stream. They were talking about some of the sketches they plan on doing, dude, and they are horrible. Like,
okay, I haven't heard anything.
And what makes me wonder is like, they said they got a funder, or they said they got they got a studio, or somebody is paying the money or funding this. What I want to know is who. Like
Bones.
Bones.
It might be though. I have high hopes. I have high hopes that Bones or Eddie Baker will make an appearance in World Peace 2.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool.
Yeah, I didn't trip you. You fell.
You fell.
You know what I'm hoping? They should redo Dads. Actually get a full Dads
yeah, that'd be cool.
Record Dad's sketch done, because that'd be so funny, man.
And Charles is coming back as well, so that'll be good. It's funny because I wasn't too much up on it, but I remember Charles saying in a video, he's like, I will never work with Sam Hyde again for any amount of money.
They made up.
Yeah. I don't know what the beef was. Do you know the beef? I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just something, personal happened between them, but at the end of the day, I'm happy we got the original crew back, and it should be good. I'm not going to confess, I haven't seen all World Peace, and I'm not going to lie, I don't really care to see all World Peace. I do like it, but that's not atop my list of things I'm going to watch. It's funny. Things I have seen are hilarious.
For me, and it's literally because of Sam, is because we want to start doing sketch comedy or something of the like at some point, and it's like, I don't want to watch other I don't want to accidentally steal someone's idea. That's like the last thing I want to do. Is like even
Yeah.
remotely steal somebody's idea, like a
It's
joke or
hard,
whatever.
yeah.
It's really tough. So it's like, but you don't
Stay away from
subconsciously
it.
think of it though. You just
You do.
sponge it, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah, it's just there. Yep. There's well, I watched a lot of Whitest Kids, so I have a lot of that I have to
same.
filter out.
Yeah,
And a
yeah.
lot of my sketches that I do write, some of them like they're kind of around like what the Whitest Kids would do, something simple, but yeah. No, I do agree with that. Yeah, same with music. You subconsciously pull from that. Same with movies, like Quentin Tarantino. Like if you don't know, Quentin Tarantino stole a lot of scenes from a lot of movies,
Really?
every single one. Oh yeah, dude, he's notorious for that. That's what he does. He talks about it. He's like, I take someone else's movie, I make their scene, but I make it better and I do it my own way. Like Reservoir Dogs got a lot of hate because he took it from a 1980s Japanese movie. The premise of the movie is based off that, but he changed it in such a way that it got infinite times bigger than what they did. Um
So maybe we should just say that.
yeah.
Yeah, so your
Yeah.
joke,
You
I
gotta
made it funnier. The joke
Yeah, I
was
made it
funnier than
funnier.
the way you did it.
Yeah, right. Literally, it's what he says, and it's not like he's stealing from it because he is remaking. It's still his own characters and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's pulled from that heavily. Um, and I think at the end of the day, that's where a lot of inspiration comes from because all the bands you listen to, they're pulling from all the bands they listen to. It's all like a mix. It's what you do and make it original.
And that's the thing too, is like people always talk about being inspired, but then shit on the person when something's just a little bit like
A
somebody
little bit,
else's.
yeah,
And it's also
exactly.
just like, man, do you want them to be looking up to you or not? Like,
Right, yeah,
you should
right,
take that as a
exactly.
compliment. Are they
hmm
stealing money from you? Probably not.
No. Did they fund their own movie and write an entirely different script than yours? Yes. They just happened to use a scene that was
Yeah.
somewhat similar. It's flattery, man. Like
It's flattery,
yeah,
but then there's also the fine line of parody law. Like if you copy it word for word, scene for scene, shot for
it doesn't
shot, then
work.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Let's
get
look at Weird Al. Do you think Weird Al's copying people?
no.
Well,
He
yeah, of
won
course
that
he
case.
is. But
Yeah, but
yeah, I know he did. But he's of course he's copying it, but he's making it his own thing where
yeah,
it's different. He still uses the same beats. That's why he got sued for that. So you can't, people don't like that stuff. But yeah,
yeah,
I'd be extremely flattered if Weird Al made a parody off of a song I made. Like that's infinite times. Like
yeah.
I love that, man. Super cool.
He is funny.
Yeah.
Isn't like his documentary a parody? Like I never saw
Yeah, it's a
that.
parody on himself. Yeah, he's doing drugs. He's like strung out, and it was never him. Like
Yeah,
never happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it
Yeah.
like
It's just
Daniel Radcliffe plays him?
Daniel Radcliffe. So yeah. Yep. Like pretty much all. Some of it's a little real, but most of it's just a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm waiting for? Them to do a movie. What would you call their movies? Like Bohemian Rhapsody, like a docu series or something. What do you call those? Where they make a movie based on someone's life. It's just a biography, like a
Yeah,
film
kind of.
biography.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically a biopic or something.
Yeah, biopic. Yeah, biopic. Yeah, there you go. That's the word. I want them to do one on Rush so bad. I
Why
am
have
like
they not done
waiting
one
for the
yet?
day. I don't because Rush isn't big enough yet. They are, of course, in the like. No, they're huge. I
They
mean,
are
they're not.
huge.
They're not too in the mainstream enough for someone want to do that. But I can see that happen. If it could happen to Queen, I think it will happen to Rush at some point. And Rush's biopic would be really, really good. That's all I want to see, man. I would love that. Any biopics you'd like to see, Paul, of a music band? Like one you're like, I would like them to delve into the history of that. Another one I can think of would be Slipknot. I think Slipknot would be really, really
That's
cool
a really good one.
to do that.
I don't know,
Yeah, I
man.
could name off 100 bands. I think it'd be cool. Suicide Boys.
I can't think of one big enough that like to me is
Do you think
worthy
they'd do
of
it? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true. I know
like,
Rush is definitely worthy.
Rush is. I think Slipknot's worthy. They're huge.
Yes. Yeah.
Man, that's really tough without looking at a playlist of mine or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
But
Let's play this. Yeah, for sure. I think
yeah, I
Megadeth would
can't
be
think of
cool.
one.
How about just
Megadeth
a
would be good.
Metallica Megadeth one where you do both of them and Dave Mustaine
They
plays
would hate
himself?
that.
No, they would. They'd
Yeah,
hate it.
yeah.
How about have we make the Rush biopic, but Alex and Getty play themselves and they don't do any makeup or anything, but they just start as teenagers. and go
Okay,
up.
yeah, all right.
Yeah. They hologram in Neil Peart. That'd be pretty funny actually. I'd watch it.
Dude, they should just do a biopic on Sam Hyde when he's older.
Yeah,
Gets
that'd be
older.
cool.
Because
They'll never do it on him.
No.
Unless someone privately funds it.
I don't even, man.
He's an interesting character, though.
He's like joking, but he's not. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know half the time.
He's hard to tell, man. He's an interesting dude. I do look up to him in certain aspects. Some aspects I don't, because some advice he gives is like really like shitty because I don't think he understands basic psychology. But
Yeah.
um, no, his heart's in a good place. And again, I have people that I work with who think that he's a piece of garbage, and it's like, well, if you really sat down and see what he did, he's not really that, I mean, he did some like comedy things that I guess aren't politically correct, but who gives a fuck for
Keyword is
comedy's sake?
satire, man. Like, I
Satire,
think
yeah, it's all
anybody should be
satire.
able to make fun or do. It's a joke.
Fun of
If
anybody.
you're
Yeah,
not
it's a joke.
hurting anybody,
Yeah,
like, and people will be like, well,
you're fine.
words hurt. And it's like, grow up, man.
Grow up, man. Yeah,
Like,
you know.
if words hurt you, if we got invaded, I would want you sitting at home. I wouldn't even want you on the front line next to me, Fuck off. I do not want you drafted.
Sit at home.
Sit at home,
Yeah,
dude.
you ain't coming with
If
me.
you
I don't
think
want
words
you drafted.
hurt, fuck. If I get drafted, I would not want you as my battle buddy, homie.
I
Get
hate
the
the
fuck outta
comedy
here.
police. Just ridiculous.
It's bad.
Yeah, no, that would be a cool biopic on him. I think that'd be really gnarly. Definitely an interesting character.
Dude, biopic on Joe Rogan.
Mm.
It
Might be all right.
comedy's not
He's not
fucking-
funny. I'm sorry. It blows my mind that he was a comedian and he got big before he did the podcast from comedy. He's just not funny. He wears his little rascal hat. He looks like a fucking idiot up there. He's got the fucking Frenchman's hat on, and he's just not funny, man.
I think he's.
Yeah,
I think he's a great podcast host and radio
Great
voice,
podcaster,
Got a
yeah,
great
he's a
voice, great
yeah.
announcer.
And that's absolutely. It's a lot of other
But
strengths.
comedian, like, I don't know, man.
wouldn't go pay to
Probably
see
a
him.
great husband, probably a great father, but I wouldn't go see his comedy tour. I would go see him do
No.
anything else, I think.
I like Joe Rogan too, but yeah. Again, I'll rope into Bert Kreischer again. Not funny. Just, I'm fat. I'm a drunk. This is funny. Fat boy. I'm gonna take off my shirt. Look how fat I am. Isn't this funny? Yeah, I don't like him.
I really
don't wanna
like.
see
I
him.
really like the. Oh man, what's the other one's name? I always forget his name. The one that's like always with him. I think they had a podcast together.
There's Brendan Schwab. There's that Eddie Bravo, and then there's
No,
the other
not Joe
fat guy.
Rogan. The one
Oh,
with
okay.
Bert Kreischer though. The two.
Oh,
there.
I know
What's
what you're talking about.
He gets
What's
that,
his name?
that horrible
I don't like him.
basketball injury, dude. Tom
Tom
Segura.
Segura,
Yeah,
Tom
dude.
Segura, yeah.
And I
He's
think
alright.
that's.
He's
I don't
alright.
like him, but I
Yeah.
think that basketball injury. Every time I think of that, I'll look it up and I'll watch it and I'll laugh.
It's so bad, dude. Like,
He's
how can
like-
you fuck up
He's
that
like
much?
Peter
It's like-
Griffin. He's like,
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
uh,
Someone put Peter Griffin next to him, and he's like exactly like a Family Guy character falls. He gets fucked up. Yeah,
Dude.
he's all right. He's a little more sane than Bert Kreischer is for sure.
Oh yeah,
But
100%.
still
I can
not
stand
great.
him more than Bert Kreischer, but I will say this: anybody out there right now that hasn't seen the Tom Segura basketball injury, go watch it. Go look it up on
right
YouTube.
now.
You will
Click off our video.
Yeah,
and
pause
watch it.
this,
I don't
leave.
care.
I don't care.
Go watch it.
Tell us at least subscribe before you go though. Subscribe before you go if you're not
subscribe
subscribed
and
yet.
then go.
Wait, hold on.
Alright,
Maybe
put the bell
maybe
on.
drop a like too. Maybe drop a like.
You can only comment. You're already there. You
Maybe
already
throw a
near
comment.
it.
Speaking of that, Jack, we totally missed something at the beginning of the show that I wanted to bring up, and I put it right at the top, but that's okay.
Oh.
Anybody out there that made it this far into the show that's still listening, thank you for your support. But if you are listening and you're like, man, I want to be on this podcast, please email us.
Don't hesitate.
Gutterball Business. Is it gutterballbusiness@gmail.com?
It is. Yes, correct.
Yeah, email gutterballbusiness@gmail.com or DM us on any of our social media platforms or
Yeah.
comment on any of our videos. We'll see it. We'll
We'll see
DM
it.
you. We'll get in contact.
Promise you.
With you. We want anybody and everybody on our show. And it's not that we're struggling finding guests, because let's be real, we are. We're not that big. We are trying to find guests. It's kind of tough. We just
I
don't
think we're
want
doing
to.
pretty good at
We
it.
are doing very good. We just don't want to have too many recurring people to, bore you guys.
Absolutely.
Plus, the dynamic of Jack and I feel we're really good. Just us.
It
you know?
works.
It works
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously. And if you don't want to be a guest, drop a topic. Is there something you want us
Yeah.
to talk about? Something you want us to bring up? Maybe a controversial thing? Let us know.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, maybe you're feeling a little bit like, I don't know, maybe even like anxious to ask, be like, I don't know. Just throw it in there.
Ask.
It's super easy. It takes, 10 minutes to set it up. You just need a decent camera, decent audio setup. We'll take you. We don't care who you are. We want all walks of life, anybody and everyone. And if you're
100%.
nervous about coming on there, guess what? When we have a guest, I'm nervous every single time.
Yep.
And it's just the way it is. But I just, work through it and it's fine. It's not like anything bad's going to happen. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. You'll realize how much fun it is. Like each time a guest come on, they're like, wow, this is a lot of fun. I'm glad I came on.
Yeah.
I guess, albeit they are friends, but
I
and
mean, I think Kryptonite had a great time, and I think Goldface did too.
Kryptonite, yeah, I think Goldface did too. And Lane, because Lane
Yeah, the
wasn't
people
super. We
really
didn't know Lane a
Yeah,
lot.
and
Yeah.
honestly, I want all three of those guys back on at some point. Like, I
I would
wouldn't
love
mind.
to have them. I'd love to have Kryptonite on again.
Yeah, dude, we
Goldface,
got
yeah,
Kryptonite.
he'd be fun.
We need you back on.
Kryptonite,
Man.
cool. Yeah, hit us line, bro. We'll get you on here. Can we? Do you want to tell him who's coming on the 30th, or do you not want to do that yet?
Well, we'll
I
wait.
just want to drop a hint. Oh,
We'll
wait. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We got a nice guest that I'm beyond excited.
It's
to
one
have
of our
on.
brothers. We'll say that.
Yeah, it's one of our. Yeah,
it's
we
one
won't
of our
say who.
brothers.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he
it's gonna be a good time.
is the oldest one, and he's had a lot.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of life stories and experience. It's going to be a great show. Honestly,
I think it's
I wouldn't be
fun.
surprised if it's a longer one because there's going to be a lot to cover.
Yeah. If he's got time, I got time. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, there's still some topics I want to cover before the end of this week's show. And
Okay.
again, thank you
All right.
everybody for tuning in if you still are listening. Silicon Valley bank collapse. You hear about this, dude?
Absolutely, I did. Oh yeah, it's hard not to hear about it
Yeah.
when we're living on a rock.
So, whatever. The bank collapse. I don't care about the nitty gritty. I'm not a finance guy. I don't care. But what I want to know is why does the government and don't get me wrong, they're not bailing out everybody on this collapse. It's only like everybody past 200,000. I don't know, some limit of money. They're still bailing out they're still bailing out a garbage ton of money, right?
Yep.
Why is the government always bailing these things out? Why?
Bailing out millionaires. Yeah.
Like, okay, so how come it's in their best interest to always bail out the rich people but never the poor people? And that's what it comes in. What I'm kind of rolling into is like, why are we doing this when there's literally like people are complaining about forgiving 10 grand of each of everybody's loans right now, and then they're doing this? It's like, come on, man. I would rather see you guys take what you're going to give the Silicon Valley Bank to like make up their money or whatever they lost.
Give it to the people.
Give it to the people that are hundreds of $1,000s in debt, dude. Even if it doesn't affect like anybody I know. Like,
how much assets does Silicon Bank Valley have? Over $400 billion worth of assets. Sell a fucking branch of it. Sell 10 branches of them. There you go. You got your money. Why is it coming from the federal government? It's downright embarrassing. They don't care about the people.
Yeah.
And I wrote meme.
Oh, go ahead.
I wrote meme next to that because I'm just gonna read off a meme that I thought was really, really funny.
Okay. Go ahead.
So we're going to do the point of view of billionaires and then feds. So Mark Cuban, bail out Silicon Valley Bank tonight. Feds, approved. Lloyd Blankfein, Goldman Sachs needs $800 billion. Bail them out. Feds, approved. Average Joe, my wife got cancer. Can we get Medicare? Feds, no, we're broke. We don't have any money. And I was just busting at that. That is the truth.
It's not wrong, dude. Like the government, the banks, they don't care if you are getting pissed on and dragged through nails, glass, and fucking splintered wood, dude. They don't care if you're putting they'll laugh at you if some guy's forcing your balls into a vice grip and tightening it. Yeah. Like they don't give a shit.
They'd put your entire family suspended on a rope above a vat of piss, set it on fire and drop them in, and then ask you to pay them your bank fees and laugh at you.
The neck choke.
They don't give a fuck about you. Yeah. They'd rather watch you burn to death than vat of your own piss. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care about you.
And it's very much the truth of it, dude. The banks, the higher ups, they do not give a fuck about you, which is why I totally encourage taking out as many credit cards as you can and maxing them out. Don't do that.
Incur $200,000 in debt because most people aren't going to be able to own a house. So just get that out of your head right now. You're not owning a house. Just incur debt. What are they going to do? Throw you in jail? They don't do that. Worst case Ontario, they send it to a debt collector and you go to court maybe one day and just don't show up. And there you go. You're fine. There's no problem. You ain't going to jail for it. Don't worry about it. Just pay your taxes though. Pay your taxes. They'll get you on that, but you can take out as much debt as you want.
But no, like just the interesting thing about that bank collapse too is like a bunch of the higher investors pulled a bunch of money out or moved money around months before. And it's just like, dude, that's what I don't like this shit. Like, even if it is affecting millionaires, it's like this stuff's so shady, man. Like it's too sketch.
And the more I grow up, the more and more I realize it happens. And the more and more it's hard to not be depressed about it.
And just not be a scumbag. Yeah. Doesn't it make you just not want to do anything? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, it makes me want to go and throw a Molotov cocktail at City Hall. That's what it makes me want to do. It really, at the end of the day. And I'm not gonna, obviously, please don't ban me, YouTube. But speaking of bailing out, just get this. The biggest executives, let's see here. Gregory Becker, CEO, sold 11% on February 27th. Let's see here. Michael Zucker, general counsel, sold 19% of his share February 5th. Daniel Beck, CFO, sold 32% of his shares on February 27th. Michael Draper sold 25% on March or February 1st. And these are the top 4 biggest investors they have in that bank. Every single one of them pulled out an insane amount of percentage out of the stocks in money. Isn't that kind of weird? Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And these people should be held accountable. They should be dragged through the fucking streets on the back of trucks and just be pistol whipped constantly. That's it. Because it'll never end though, because there's too much money in it, and they protect people like this that do exactly this. It's insider trading, and I refuse to believe they just happened to do it because they were just like, I want my money out.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, there was a reason. There's
Really?
always a reason, and there's always some tip or some insider
Mhm.
thing. I don't know. I know nothing about finance. For all I know, we're fucking idiots when it comes to this stuff. But what I will say is this: like, I'm sick of the rich always getting bailed out. I'm sick of the government giving money to the wrong people.
Yep.
However, I am okay with the Ukraine thing. I am cool with that. I am on the side of Ukraine.
I'm
But
not.
yeah, I know we've talked about this.
Mhm.
But like with that being said, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like fed up, and it's also just like
Yeah, I'm fed
whatever,
up too,
just
yeah.
another thing. And it's just also like I hear people talking about like, oh, there's gonna be a currency collapse. Like this is the start of a currency collapse. Like the U.S. dollar is gonna collapse, bro. We print the fucking money. We are the money. I mean,
Mhm.
there might be a currency collapse. What do I know? But like
Yeah.
we make the money. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't understand all that world trading.
I don't get it
bullshit,
either. I do believe in the new elites wanting a cashless society so they can track everything you buy. That I believe.
But no,
That's it.
cash is king, and it better stay around.
Yeah, it should, honestly.
And if they
Crypto also
stop,
is
people are just, it's going to be like prison where people are trading shit for shit. We're like, to
the black
avoid,
market's looking
yeah,
great. Looking real great right now,
yeah.
man. Same with weed, with the black market. Looking better than the legal shit, man. So it's bad all around. And I'm not gonna pretend like I know the facts of everything. And I don't know all the facts about
Neither
the
do I.
Silicon Valley Bank. If y'all want a video though, it's really good. Go watch CoffeeZilla's video on it.
Oh, yeah.
He breaks it down in like 10 minutes, and to me, a stupid monkey brain, he made it make sense. So I think
Yeah.
that's good.
He even made the
Um,
FTX collapse
It
make
makes
sense to
sense.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I love CoffeeZilla's. So if you haven't, y'all go watch that video and kind of
Subscribe to
get
that
up
guy.
to date
He's
on
good
that. Yeah,
stuff.
subscribe to that guy. It's really great stuff. There's a reason why he went on Joe Rogan, and I love it because Logan Paul's dream was to go on Joe Rogan. He made it on there before him because he exposed that huge scam Logan Paul is doing.
Yeah.
Just very real. Yeah. Yeah, I love that guy, and I hate Logan Paul.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Logan Paul at all.
But yeah, I can't really say
Not a
I
fan
know a
of either
whole
of the
lot
Pauls.
about the bank crashing. I could only see it cause bad things, I guess. I don't know what the lasting effects of this right now are going to affect me, a normal day person, because I'm not a millionaire.
It isn't going to
you know?
affect us. It might affect some people in some tech companies, but again, if they're bailing out a majority of them,
I'll bail out them, right? Okay, that makes
yeah,
sense.
because I think a lot of tech companies had their money in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of tech. Yeah.
And I mean, like my company where I work doesn't have any money there, so I don't give a shit.
Is there, in my mind, there's no market for really graphic designers. Is there, Paul? Is there a big market for graphic designers? Because
Like,
I saw
getting
like
a job.
hiring them. Yeah, getting a job. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is.
It
Okay.
really depends,
Because
man. Because
I
like
saw.
we're always kind of hiring at where I'm at for a designer, but like we need a
Okay.
lead designer. But like,
Right. Yeah. I just saw somebody comment where they're like, I just graduated 4 years with a graphic designer degree, and now I can't get a job because the tech firms don't have any money. I'm like, you're not going to get a job anyway because you suck at graphic design.
Well,
It's
honestly,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah. So it could be one of two things: you're really bad at it, or like he is kind of right though. So you've noticed all these big tech layoffs, right?
mhm.
Microsoft, Twitter, whatever. There's a lot
Huge
of
tech
other ones.
layoffs.
Huge tech layoffs. Okay, so typically when that starts happening, whenever a recession starts to happen and companies start to penny pinch and save money, the things that get cut first are, and I'm taking this from Ricky too, are creative style departments or like marketing. So like I literally work at a media marketing consulting firm. So who's gonna get like we will lose clients because those bigger companies we work for, say whether it be like I don't know, say we do marketing for McDonald's. McDonald's is going to cut us as a marketer because the first thing they cut is advertising and creative stuff. They just keep what they have around.
Okay.
So like tech, like those fields are really going to suffer because of that. Like I could literally like, cause like, I don't know how it would happen. Like, so since did I say where I work?
No,
I didn't. Okay.
You worked at a market media.
Okay, good. I'm just hoping I didn't drop the name.
No, you're good.
Like we're in a media marketing like firm. Like what happens when a bunch of clients, you know, a recession does happen and they start cutting marketing? Like, will I lose my job? Who in house is going away first? Probably me. Like, I don't know.
You think so? Really? I thought you'd be good.
I'm higher up now, so maybe not. But
you're IT though. Like you're not even marketing. Like you're keeping the wheels running in that place, man. I don't think they get rid of you.
I don't know.
I don't know the business, so I can't say.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like okay, maybe not me, but I feel like somebody in the IT department may have to go, and somebody in like in all other departments that are business oriented, like inside facing internal, like finance and accounting and HR. Because when you think about it, well, here's the thing: is like part of like HR, right? Is people that hire people, like they interview people first and then they bring them in, right? Those people are going to get cut because. Or recruiters are going to get cut because since we're letting people go, we're not also hiring people right now.
Of course,
freeze hiring. So they're going to let the people go that do the hiring. I don't know. I don't really know much about money, finance, inflation, all that fun stuff, but it's interesting to think about like what could happen if a collapse does happen. I just don't think they're going to let an entire collapse or like recession, like huge recession happen again like it has
possible,
before.
But yeah.
I mean, maybe people say we are in one. I guess we kind of are. I
think
know.
we are. Do you think your I guess maybe you don't even want to say it. Do you think your company will be affected at all by these tech layoffs? Like,
no.
Just generally, you don't think so? Think it's gonna be good?
We're already like way on track to be making our goals for money this year, and unless like some massive collapse happens and like a bunch of people drop us, highly doubt.
Good. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, we're not hiring has slowed down. Like hiring has been like basically nonstop where I'm at since I started, but it has kind of slowed down in the last like couple months. But we're still hiring. Like there's still people coming on every couple weeks.
I saw that thing on LinkedIn you posted. So.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been there.
Interesting.
Been there for a minute
should be
now.
good. Yeah, it's a good job. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Sick. Anyways. I know we're over an hour here, and I kind of wanted this to maybe be a shorter show, but I do want to go into a couple more things if you have time, Jack. Is that cool?
Yeah, what'd you want to jump on to?
Well, there's a few things here. Have you ever, I'm sure you haven't heard of this YouTuber. I think he hasn't got a ton of subscribers, but his name is DM, Diablo Immortal.
I've not heard of him.
Okay, so I think he's a Diablo player. He does like game reviews and stuff. I'd love to have him on the podcast, but he had a video get like 300,000-ish views and counting. It was recommended to me today out of nowhere called I'm Not Doing Great.
Okay.
And it's literally just this guy, you know, typical face like on the camera, just talking about like why mental health is just like in PTSD is a problem. Like he talks about how everything in his life is great. You know, he's got a great job. He has fun doing his YouTube channel. He does all this awesome stuff. He's got a family that loves him. He's got friends that love him. But then still, no matter where he goes, he still has these periods where he's just not doing great. Like mentally, you're just not good, man. And I just really wanted to highlight again, like how here at Gutterball, we take mental health, especially men's mental health. I mean, everybody's mental health, extremely serious. Like
women, throw it out the window. I don't want to hear it.
But you know how it is. Like there are men that kill themselves all the time. And yeah. Sure, they have it going on. Oh, first world problems, some people might say. Oh, people make fun of people that are crying on the internet. And it's like, man, they wouldn't put it out there for you to see if they didn't want you to see that there's a problem.
Yeah.
Like there's a problem, man. And I don't know what it is. I don't know that no one knows the answer. And there's nothing you can do about it either. You say you can help your friend, you can't. Like you can do all you can talk to them. They need to seek professional help majority of the time. But I mean, mental health though, especially those stemming from like PTSD like symptoms, like stuff maybe you had from your childhood, like this DM Diablo Immortal, watch his video. It's called I'm Not Doing Great. And you really feel it, man. Like, and I would love to reach out to that guy and have him on here and just talk about mental health awareness and just like also even just PTSD and like how that just affects your life in general, no matter where you're at in life right now. Like Robin Williams committed suicide and he was fine on money. He had all the money in the world. Like, who knows what's going on in that guy's head though, right? Trevor Strand. Did Philip Seymour Hoffman commit suicide?
I don't know, but that's gonna make me sad if you did. But I don't know. I can't really say, do. Yeah, Trevor Strand. Trevor Strand is, for those who don't know, the Black Dahlia's vocalist and someone who I looked up to and saw as a source of inspiration for making music. And he unfortunately took his life about a year ago. And it's just like, what the fuck, it sucks.
Philip Seymour Hoffman was a drug overdose. I think accidental. Okay. I'm not sure though.
All right. Yeah, it's terrible. It sucks. At the end of the day, you just got to push through it. You got to be able to laugh through the dark times, see something funny in it,
Yeah. And people out there with mental health issues, please, or just even if you think like you're down on yourself, please, like just go. Okay. If you're not going to go talk to anybody, like if you're not going to go see a therapist, you're not going to go try to get meds, that's fine. Please pick up something new. Go read a book, please. Go work out. Go just do something, because I found that like the best thing you can do for yourself if you aren't going to go get medical help or professional help is to find something that keeps you distracted and keeps you engaged. And like right now, the whole boxing thing for me is great, because don't get me wrong, I've had my fair share of mental health issues. Nothing PTSD related, thankfully, at least that I know of. Maybe something in my subconscious memory. I don't know. But like, just please go get help, or just find something that drives you, or just do that thing you said you were going to do. Just please go do it, because it's gonna first you'll be like, you won't want to do it, but then once you get into it, you'll love it. Like I hated boxing at first because I was a fat, out of shape asshole, and I still kind of am, but I'm getting better. And it's when you see the progression, even if it's slow little increments, it really makes you feel good. And just do better things for your health. Get your vitamin D. Take your vitamins. Take care of yourself.
Let's get real here for a second. So, like, of course, I deal with depression on a daily basis. Like, it eats away, whether or not I do the greatest things I need to do. Biggest thing for me is, though, even when you feel like doing absolutely nothing, you have to do something. You have to. You got to do something, man. You can't lay in
sit
bed
and dwell.
Got to do something, dude. You got to get up, walk, do something, go pet your dog, go, maybe fucking smash a hole in the wall. I don't care, but you got to do something. Doesn't matter what it is, you got to do something. And typically when people get bad is when they don't do nothing. Like even this week, even yesterday, I'll get real with you. All I wanted to do was lay in bed and not do anything. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I got up and I started working on the podcast. And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I felt like shit the entire time I made those videos. Each one, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do this. This sucks. This sucks. But
you did it.
After I did it, after 4 hours later, I'm like, man, I'm really glad I did that. Because if I just laid in bed for those 4 hours, I would have felt like way more shit than I do right now. So just, you got to do something, man. Got to do something. You can't do nothing. It's not an option. Get that out of your head. I don't care how bad you're feeling. You got to do something. I don't care what it is.
Because you can't sit and wait for a change to happen for you, because it doesn't. You got to act on it. And even if it's baby steps, but like even like Jack brings up a good point, that satisfaction may not be instant. Kind of how I was saying when I got into boxing, I hated it at first. I was not into it. But you want to know what I'll say this, man, is at the end of every day, that's what I look forward to when I have a class, or like when at the end of the day, it's like, I got to get through work. Yeah, whatever. But I'm enjoying work. I'm trying to stay positive with it. And that's the one thing I look forward to.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't be discouraged either when you try something new and you can't do it for more than 30 minutes at a time, because you're not Superman. Somewhere. You're depressed. Those small increments add up. Just like when I made the cast. First, when I started making cast videos, I'd make one short a day. I'd be like, this is fine. I can do this. Takes me an hour, do a short. Now I can make a short in 30 minutes. Now I make 4 or 5 a day when I'm off. And you just keep adding, you just keep building to it. I didn't start making 4 or 5 right off the bat, but once later, I'm doing 4 or 5 a day because I got that shit in a routine and you just get stuck in it. So just small increments. Even if you go outside and you want to weight lift for 5 minutes, that's all you need to do 5 minutes, because then you did something, It's better than not doing anything, It's the biggest thing. Yeah. And I will watch that guy's video because he seems pretty cool. I would like to get him on the cast. I noticed he has a business email. So Diablo, he might be getting an email from Gutterball real soon. So be on
And
the
I
lookout
could
for
be
that.
wrong, but I think he might go by Darth, or his name's Darth. I'm not sure.
Darth? That's kind
Yeah,
of cool.
I'm not, I am just I know nothing about this guy, and I watched that video and it really kind of touched me. So
There's no way their parents named him Darth. I mean, maybe it'd be kind of a cool name, Darth. I'm Darth Vi. You know what? Darth Vi sounds kind of awesome. Damn it, Mom, you fucked me. Could have named me Darth Vi. Could have had a cool ass name. No, but yeah, mental health sucks. But you got to keep up on it, man. And if you need help, seek it. You can't afford it, they'll work with you. Trust me. I talk to many people who can't afford it, and they'll work with you, man. Like, I'm not saying they'll find the greatest therapy due to money, but somebody, they'll work with you, you know.
yeah,
And always think about it. You could be worse. You could be a dipshit. You know, you could have like 200 grand in debt. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But you know, remember, all these things could be worse, far worse than what you are right now. So just always remember that. You know.
and the first thing you can do for yourself is, if you're addicted to something, is fight that addiction. Yeah, like that's the first best thing you can do, and that's a good thing where fitness comes in.
Here's I do agree with that. Don't get me wrong. I do agree with that. Get some other things in order first before you deal with that addiction, because you got to remember, addictions are bad and good things, because addictions are bad, but addictions got you through that terrible time. That weed got you through that night where you thought you were going to go jump off a bridge, you know. You're addicted to it, right? It's bad, but you got to remember that was there in a point of your life where you needed it so much that it's there. So get some other things in order and maybe focus on things like that, but also addiction and chemicals and shit does fuck with your brain, so that could be a huge play on your thing. But like, yeah, if you're like, man, I gotta quit alcohol, but you gotta think about, why are you drinking? That's what you gotta think. Where's this childhood trauma coming from? Why am I drinking? I'm drinking because I don't work out. Well, if you stop drinking and then don't work out, you're not going to feel any better, dude, because you're just avoiding that problem. And again, you're probably not going to stop drinking because you're just going to drink again, because you know, it's a vicious cycle. Is you got to find out what's causing that addiction and get it. And like Jordan Peterson says, what you don't want to look at is what you most need. So the darkest thing you can think of where you're like, I can't deal with that, there you go. You got your answer. That's your problem right there. Just like it's a story as old as time, search of the Holy Grail. I'll just sum it up real quick. They're searching for the Holy Grail, the chalice that can, like, you know, the Christ chalice or whatever. They don't start looking in all the other places that people have looked. The people go to the darkest places in the forest, the darkest places that no man has ever gone before, and then they start to look, because the Holy Grail itself is a symbolization for, like, what you need. You know, like it's dragon. You know, face that dragon, man. It sucks, but it's better than cowering in fear.
Don't chase it.
Yeah, don't chase it. Yeah, face it. Slice that bitch down the middle.
Yeah,
slice his front cockles off, you know, the long and shiny blade, you know, like Tenacious D. But yeah, that's all I got for mental health, really. But yeah, just keep up on your things. Do what you got to do. You know, sometimes, man, you got to punch a wall as hard as you can and break your fucking hand, because that's what you need to do. Sometimes, man, you need to drink till you're blackout. That's what you need to do. And sometimes you need to find that dragon and you need to slay that bitch, because that's all you can do. Nothing else.
Well said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good mental health plug we had to get through.
Yeah, I'm glad you talked about
because
that,
you guys out there, you're not the only one struggling. If you are listening and have dealt with it or are dealing with it, you know, Jack and I have both went through it. Some of us, like, you know, worse than others. I mean, everybody's got different degrees of it. And yeah, just keep your head up. And just try to find something and laugh. Try to find something to distract yourself. I mean, it's about all you can do, other than get some help if you can. And they will work with you if you can't afford it. Anyways, on a not much more of a positive note, but more of a, like, did you see the RoboCop Rogue City gameplay?
No, I
the game.
I didn't know they were doing a game.
It's horrible. It looks fucking. It looks like equivalent. It looks like it's gonna be equivalent in bomb to like the level of Duke Nukem Forever did.
Oh,
It's
okay.
literally just a really garbage first-person shooter with like
Oh, is
slow-mo
it?
effects. Like it's pretty bad looking,
I'll have to
man.
watch that. That's
RoboCop
actually
Rogue City, dude. They finally got the gameplay trailer because they had like a teaser trailer not too long ago,
yeah.
but it looks bad, dude. I'm probably still gonna buy it because RoboCop,
Yeah,
but
that's kind of a new idea too. Hey, that's a movie to video game adaptation. Yeah, get more of those, you know. That should be a topic on next week's cast. What movies we want to see as a game. I think that'd be a good one. We won't
that,
go into that this one, but
that's
let's
a
think of that for
yeah.
next
Jot
one.
that down. Jot that down.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Um, but going into that RoboCop thing, you remember that one YouTube video I sent you where the guy for his film project, they like remade all of the entire RoboCop movie?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They
So
keep shooting.
it's
Yeah,
still
shooting
on
him in the
YouTube.
dick.
Everybody out there listening, go look up Our RoboCop Remake is what it's called. Our RoboCop Remake. It's like an hour and something minutes, but about 40 minutes in, there's a scene where the lady's about to get mugged, and RoboCop is shooting all the bad guys' dicks off. It is gory, it's brutal, he's blowing them all away, and he kills like 40 guys by shooting all their dicks off, and it's like really realistic and like high quality. It's pretty
I
fun.
can't say I've seen all of that, but yeah, it's pretty funny. I think it's great that people came together and made something like that.
Yeah.
I love RoboCop. He gets underrated. You know what? The most disgusting movie scene I still think I've seen was in the remake RoboCop in like
Yeah.
2014.
You don't
maybe?
like when it's just his head and
Those
the.
lungs, no, it's pumping and you can hear it. That disturbed. It still disturbs
You don't
me as
like
a
that?
kid. I don't like it, dude. It's
The
gross.
one, was that like
Ugh.
2013?
It had to have been. It was early, and it's just he's shut it, put it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be scared too. He's literally like 3 parts. That's all he is. Imagine how fucking scared I'd be if you're just 3 parts. Oh my god.
Like
Yeah.
the Ghost Slim thing where you think you're moving your arms and your legs, but you're not.
Yeah.
That'd
Ugh,
be horrible
fuck
to
that.
feel.
Yeah,
Man.
fuck
Feel
that.
bad for those people. Oh my god.
Yeah. Jesus.
Jack, I got a hypothetical for you.
Okay.
If you had to do a YouTube boxing, say we got popular
okay.
enough and you had to do YouTube boxing, what is a popularish YouTuber right now, or YouTuber right now that you think you could beat up if you had proper training, that you think you could beat in a boxing match? Like if you like say you're matched up against this YouTuber, you have you have weeks, probably months to train, diet, whatever. Who do you think you could beat, and who do you want to fight?
See, there's like a couple people I can think of right off the bat.
I think you could beat and win against Matt Watson from Super Mega, and I love Super Mega.
I could beat his ass.
Matt Watson, the one that got beat up by Dad.
Mine immediately came to mind was Voice Critical Charlie. I'd
you
beat
think
the
you could
living
beat
piss
Charlie
out of him. I don't give a fuck what he does.
Dude,
I don't care how ripped he is. I'd beat the piss out of that.
Yeah, and we like Charlie.
I like him.
Big fan
like
of Voice
Charlie.
Critical. It'd be a professional fight. You guys would have respect for each other. I'm sure. But I think you could probably beat Critical. I don't know.
I think XQC I could beat for sure.
XQC.
Yeah, XQC would be in the dust. All right, let me think of some. What do you got, Paul? Who would you fight?
I guess I didn't really think. I maybe kind of just asked it for you. So I'm shorter than you. For people referencing, I'm
fight Critical.
I'm about 5'7", 5'8". Jackson's what, 6 foot, 6'1"?
I'm exactly like think 5'11" or something, 5'10".
About almost 6 foot. Okay, so a little taller than me. I think I could beat Michael Reeves.
Yeah, you definitely could.
He's
a little too smart.
He's fast. He's fast. This little guy.
Yeah.
And then I think I could beat Froggy Fresh, dude. I'd love the Froggy Fresh is ripped, but I think I could.
Yeah, I'd be.
Wait, isn't he like 5? Isn't he like 5'2" though? I don't think I could
really
fight him.
Small.
Then.
Yeah.
He's got okay. Maybe Froggy Fresh would kick my fucking ass. I think.
Yeah.
I think he'd kick my ass. I don't know, man. What YouTuber do you think I could beat up? That's maybe around my height.
I know. I think you might be able to beat up Critical. But around your height, that's hard because there's a lot of YouTube. You could beat up Jet Neptune. You could fight Jet.
Oh, dude, Jet's like my size. I think. Oh man,
yeah,
I love Jet. I love Jet Neptune.
I love Jet. Yeah.
Shout out Jet Neptune. But
Shout out
dude,
Jet.
if you want to if you are gonna do YouTube boxing, Jet, and you're looking for somebody and somebody falls out and you just want some no-name YouTuber, I'm your guy.
Yeah,
I will fight you, Jet. Let's do it. It'll all be in good fun. We'll have beers afterwards. We'll hang out.
I think you could take Jet. Do you think? Yeah, I don't know. One of them that came to mind too, just because they're on the topic list, was H3. I could beat him. I don't care how much weight he loses, he'd be dusted. I'd whip him. Hey, you know what? Bring in his ghoul wife too. I'd fight her at the
His
same time.
cool
Both
wife.
of them. I'd fight them both at the same time. You think I care? I don't care. I'd fight them both at once. 2v1 me. I'll kick your ass.
Or it's like you and her, or you and me versus them.
Yeah, that'd be
Versus
awesome.
Gila
Yeah, they'd be fucked.
And like
Yeah,
you're like holding your own against Ethan. I'm getting my ass stomped by Gila.
Yeah, Gila's beating
She's
the
like
fuck out of
throwing
you.
hooks and shit.
Yeah, Hila went to the army. You got to be careful with that. No, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers anymore, so
Maybe
can't
why.
really say. There's one no name. Well, he's semi big name. Deller. I'd beat Deller's ass for sure. I mean, it's going down. But
Shut
yeah,
up,
I
Deller.
think that's all I got. I'm gonna shout out Deller real quick.
Okay, that's a good hypothetical.
Yeah, that's good hypothetical. Next cast will come in here. I'll do some YouTubers research and I'll see which ones I can really beat up. I don't know if I could beat up iDubbbz, honestly.
No,
he is a soy boy beta.
he's
but
too
I don't think
skilled
so.
now.
Yeah, he's been in it.
He's been doing it.
If you gave me a couple years, I could probably come in there and beat him up. But yeah, he's definitely a big name.
Like
also,
I couldn't beat Ryan McGee from Super Mega. The way he fought,
Yeah, he's a
Alex.
pretty good
Do you
fighter.
see him fight Alex Ernst?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, it's
pretty
pretty good.
split almost. Alex just,
Yeah,
I
it
think,
was.
almost barely won that fight.
Give me some time. I could probably whip him up. But yeah, I don't like iDubbbz anymore either. So I could
Yeah,
definitely,
it brings
I
me
did
up.
no
It's
remorse
like,
fighting him.
so we used to watch H3 back in the heyday, and honestly, like if I saw the guy in public or his wife, I'd say hi. You know, like I'd be nice because I'm not an asshole to people. Like, you know, that's me.
That I don't know personally.
Yeah, that I don't know personally. Like I'd be like, oh, that's H3. Like, hey man. He'd be like, hey, what's up? Whatever. Because I'm sure whatever, he's annoyed with fans. But like the people that used to watch him back in the heyday, are you still watching him now? Like, are you still watching his podcast? Not saying ours is any better. Our podcast is garbage compared to theirs. But what I will say is like, who from that era is still watching his stuff? It's got to be all new people.
Man.
Like, I wonder if his subscriber count ever went down. Did it keep going up? Because I don't know, man. Like, those people from that era, you know, Filthy Frank got out at the right time. We all did grow up. Filthy Frank got out at the right time, but like iDubbbz and H3, Sam Hyde's still Sam Hyde.
Yeah,
that's what he wants.
Never changed up. No,
Max,
even with the Shogun.
I actually do like Max. I love cold ones.
Max Mofo holds up as a person.
Yeah. I like Chad. He wasn't really a
Ethan. Yeah, Ethan. I don't like the podcast was the final nail in the coffin. But I remember I watched the first episode with iDubbbz, and they say N-word faggot quite a lot in that. I think they say it about like 20 times in that. And
of H3's podcast.
H3 podcast, yeah. Very first episode, I think they had iDubbbz as a guest. I remember watching that one and only episode I ever watched, and him reneging on that. It's like how that's a terrible thing to say. It's just super cringe. It's like, you said it, dude. You remember you said
guys
that
both
like
said it
times.
When you open mail, you said it about every episode.
Every episode, yeah. So was it all right then, but now anymore? So and how'd you get your fame, by the way? Oh, because you said the N-word a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how people can still like be a fan of H3, but don't get me wrong, I think he still deserves new fans. Like, I'm sure there are people that just like found his podcast and never knew about his old stuff and like it. Yeah. That's great. That's awesome.
He had huge names. He had Post Malone real early on the cast. They're friends. They're like, it's weird because they're friends. And same with Joji came on. Bill Burr. If you haven't seen that Bill Burr, Paul, goes in H3, look up the highlights of the cringiest moments.
Oh, he hates it.
Yeah, Bill hates it. Yeah. But Bill came back on again, and H3 kind of saved himself because they got him back on again and did it better. But yeah, that was really cringe.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I just saw today? You remember Smosh?
Oh yeah.
You remember like Smosh. It was Ian Heckox and Anthony Padilla.
Yep.
Okay. So Anthony, I don't know what Ian Heckox is up to anymore. I think he's still got a YouTube channel.
Anthony's good, isn't he?
They're both cool. I think they're both good guys. Like, I didn't have a problem with either of them. I don't know if they've had a falling out. I don't know what happened to Smosh. I know nothing about it. I stopped following. I watched them when I was like in freaking elementary school. But
Smosh became like a business.
Yeah, they were like a gaming channel. They had all types of stuff. But Anthony Padilla has his own channel. It's just Anthony Padilla or Padilla. I'm not sure how he says it. I think it's Padilla. And he had Ian on a couple days ago. iDubbbz. He had iDubbbz, and it literally talked about change, like what it was to go from being this edgy, cringy character and changing and then growing up in a way. And Anthony kind of said he did the same thing, you know, and they did in their own way, except Anthony and Ian weren't saying horrific things and doing horrible things. They were just naturally just doing funny skits. They were having fun. Yeah, stupid kids having fun with special effects.
They definitely never said "N-word faggot" on their cast.
No, they had a song called "What the Fire Truck," dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah, their whole thing, and it's funny because they appealed more to kids in an era of YouTube where you didn't need to do any of that shit. Yeah, I remember the real early videos back in like 2007.
Like
I would have been 5-6 years old. I probably watched them in probably 2010, a couple years after, or the food battles.
The classic.
I went back and watched the first 3. They're funny. They're stupid, but they're funny. Like, it's funny how much of that shit you remember as a kid. Like watching it, I feel like I was watching it like just like I was 10 years old yesterday. It's weird, but. Yeah, it's good shit.
There's stupid special effects with the guns and stuff.
Yeah, dude, it looks so bad. It's just like,
but it's so bad it's good.
Yeah, and those are another one of those examples of kids starting a YouTube channel and becoming millionaires off of it.
Yeah,
you know,
and
really big stars. I remember Ian doing some fuck shit before. That's why I feel like he got canceled. But I know. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe I'm misremembering. But I know Anthony was always chaotic neutral. But yeah, to say that iDubbbz and him changed a lot is true, but definitely one changed more than the other and evolved way different, obviously, of course. But
so it looks like Ian took over Smosh in 2017, and Anthony, the co-creator, left to be an independent content creator. Blah, 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 blah. They're one of the oldest channels on YouTube. They were created only 9 months after YouTube's debut. And the most consistently popular channels, and it remains one of the YouTube's most subscribed and viewed channels since 2006.
Yeah, I was gonna actually say that.
And then like
that's cool.
I don't know if he got I mean, he must not be canceled if he's still like running it. I guess.
Yeah, it's still doing stuff. Dude, Smosh still upload stuff? I didn't know that actually.
I don't know.
I kind of don't want to see their new videos, but yeah. Oh no, they definitely are. 8 hours ago. Yeah.
Well, anyways, I think we should call this show. It's a little over an hour and a half here. Jackson, is there anything you wanted to cover? Anything you wanted to say before we wrap up Gutterball 39? We're getting almost to 50. We're going to try to come up with something special for 50 if we don't forget.
Oh yeah, we'll have some in the works. I got nothing for you. I'm pretty good. I'm glad that we had a good cast.
It was a great show. Really fun.
Next week we can come at you with a guest, and then of course the 30th will be May 2nd show for May 3rd show for you guys. We got a fantastic guest lined up, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a grand old time.
It's actually be April.
April.
It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I always get May and April mixed up too. Yeah. Well, anyways, everybody out there, thank you so much for listening to Gutterball number 39. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to let us know, you want to be on the show, drop it in the comments below. Check out all of our social medias. The link tree's in the bottom. That'll bring you to a big old tree branch with all of our social links. We really highly encourage you guys to maybe go turn on or ring the bell for notifications for our uploads, and then also do the same thing on Twitch. And I don't know if you can do a similar thing on Facebook. Try it. We are gonna probably be trying to live stream when we can, so just keep an eye. If you see us go live, come hop in. I was playing Max Payne 3 with the first person mod this week for a little bit, and then Sons of the Forest we're going to try to play a little bit more of. It's been a couple weeks just because I've been out of town. But anyways, thank you so much everybody for the support. If you listen to the end of this video and you are hearing this right now, I love you. Like seriously, thank you. And if you can like the video, I extremely appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Tell everybody about Gutterball. We want to build a strong community.
Shout it from the rooftops.
Shout it from the rooftops, and we really want to have more people on. Anybody and everybody. Any background, any person. I need to get a female on the show because Gutterball's kind of looking sexist, so let's try to make that happen.
Right. You know your boss who you hate? Write Gutterball on a piece of paper, tape it to a brick, throw it through the front of his windshield.
Don't do that.
Boom. Publicity. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Put you write out the YouTube link, HTTPS. Put it on the piece of paper and wrap it.
Yeah.
Anyways, everybody, that was Gutterball number 39. Have a fantastic weekend.